Welcome to the one and only Majestic History Podcast. Hi, my name's Jason and we're going to be comparing two swagilicus religions today. Joining me today I have two guests with me. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Jack Roth. I'm a theologian at Del Tech.
Hi, I'm Taylor Whiteman. I've read a history book one time.
So, Jason, before we begin, could we just get a sort of a rundown of what these two religions are about?
Of course, Buddhists believe in the three jewels, eightfold path, and the five precepts of Buddhism essentially boils down to the Buddha becoming enlightened and understanding the true way the mind works. This allows the Buddha to have wisdom and are beyond birth, death, and rebirth. Sikhs, on the other hand, believe in their God, Guru Nanak, and that everyone is equal before their God. Sikhs also believe in karma and that it is better to commit good deeds rather than practice rituals. Well, there you have it. Today's discussion will be centering around differences in economics of the two religions. Have fun, you two.
Thank you, Jason. Yeah, today we're comparing two religions, Sikhism and Buddhism, and how they feel toward the economy and merchants. See, I think this is a very interesting comparison because these two religions are known to be very materialistic. Wouldn't you agree, Jack?
I absolutely would agree,
Yeah.
Mr. Whiteman.
Yeah. And so let's just talk about Sikhism and how they feel about materialism. So I did some research and I found a great article by the Laymuneh College. Sikhs believe that salvation comes from devoting yourself to God, and they don't believe in very materialistic ideals. They're not really seeking riches. Yeah, and clearly this is true because the richest Sikh is worth like 2.6 billion. His name is Malvinder Singh. I butchered that, but he's the richest guy, and he's only worth 2.6 billion. Who's the richest Buddhist? I know you found that.
Yeah, so the richest Buddhist is actually Li Ka-shing, and he's worth $31.9 billion. So clearly, I think that the Buddhists benefited more from their economy than the Sikhs did, perhaps.
Yeah, clearly that's true because he's worth 29 billion more than my guy. Well, I think that has a lot to do with the country as well because he's in China, right?
Yes.
China, yeah, and I guess China is more like economically advanced than India because 77% of all Sikhs live in India and mostly in the Punjab Valley. And we'll get a little bit more into why that is later, and same with the Buddhists being in China. But let's talk about how they feel towards merchants. So I did some more research and I found that Sikhs they liked merchants because they benefited them second-handly, like through trade routes, Sikhism spread, and therefore the religion improved. So they liked merchants. They weren't as invested in it because they were not very materialistic in their beliefs. What do you think? How are Buddhists similar or different?
Yeah, so Buddhists favored merchants greatly because what they use merchants for is, well, not only would merchants donate money to the Buddhists so they could spread their religion and buy and create new temples through the money that they gained, but merchants were also used to spread Buddhism throughout the rest of China and by extension more of the world. Merchants would become Buddhist and then travel down and then travel to the rest of the country and sort of go to every nook and cranny, and as they sold their goods, they told more people about Buddhism and what they believed, and that really helped spread Buddhism to the rest of China. And so Buddhists really favored merchants because without them, Buddhism would most likely be nowhere near as big as it is today, or even back then.
Wow, yeah. So clearly both the Sikhs and the Buddhists benefited from the economy, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. All right. This I found a quote by Harriet J. Aurora, and she's a scholar over at Laymuneh College.
Ooh, Laymuneh.
And her quote is, "Religion gives us ideals. Economics describes reality." And I think that has a lot to do with our discussion here, because both religions were made what they were today through trade and merchants. Economics describes reality. Yeah.
I think that is absolutely correct. Very deep, very dense. I really like that quote. I think it makes a lot of sense, especially because you know, at the end of the day, religions, in order to expand, they heavily rely on money. That's the fact. That's not the idea. That's the fact. So
Economics describes reality. I like it.
precisely.
Of
Course, very cool.
All right, this has been a great discussion, Jack. Thank you very much.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course. Handshake.
Yes.
Cue the donkey noises.
Oh.
Oh, 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 oh.